ships. Close testing 0.11.8. Researchable Japanese cruisers Agano, Gokase, Omono, Shimanto, Takahashi, and Yoda, as well as premium cruiser Tokachi and Admiral Schröd, Japanese supercarrier Sekiryu, and Soviet super battleship Admiral Ushakov have been added to the game for testing. Jesus, how many is that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 new ships. Jesus Christ. In the upcoming closed testing session, a new branch of Japanese light cruisers will be added to the game. They are medium-range ships with a good firing range, and starting from tier 8, a large number of main battery guns with an increased reload time. A large number with an increased reload time. Do they mean a fast reload? Do they mean an increased firing rate? You gotta remember that they still don't double check these devlogs through like a proper English translator. Because bragging about how they have an increased reload time. No, they mean long reload, really. Interesting. Interesting concept, okay. So light, medium range guns, with a lot of them, I assume light guns because they're light cruisers with a long reload. These ships are also armed with torpedoes with high damage and range. So, probably Shimatorps, they slap that on everything. They also enjoy good ship concealment, which allows them to retreat from bad engagements or, if necessary, stealthily approach enemies to get the first shots off. Okay, I mean, if stealth radar didn't exist, I'd agree. Tier 5 and 6. You got an intruder in green screen? Oh yeah, my mic. There we go. Tier 5 and 6 ships have 152mm main battery guns. Tier 7 ships are equipped with 155mm guns, and the high tier cruisers are armed with dual purpose 150. Oh, it's probably gonna be the improved pen. 150 improved pen guns. Thank you, Christmas, for the 29. Will sub Xar Prismo 50 months, thank you. And Benator 34. Main battery guns of these ships fire HE and AP shells. Starting from tier 8, AP shells have low damage. Okay. Interesting. They're not really selling the ships that well, are they? Low damage, high reload. Enjoy. All cruisers are equipped with powerful 610mm torpedoes with wide launch angles and long range but low speed. Wide launch angles and long range. So wide launch angles, that means good firing angles in general, but low speed. Okay, that's not too useful. The torpedo tubes at tier 7 and up have the turning mechanics previously introduced on the new British battleships. Oh, Jesus. Torpedoes can be fired at angles that the torpedo tubes cannot physically traverse to. Immediately after launch, the torpedoes will turn to the chosen direction and then go in a straight line along the given course. So we get gimmick torps on these things. Interesting. Those are nasty to dodge because they're hard to like see where they're going. Starting from tier 6, the hydroacoustic search or defensive AA fire consumables are available to choose from. And fighter is available in a separate slot. What? How about you just replace the fighter with one of these? Hydro or defensive? I mean, the gimmick normally for light cruisers is that they can slot both. But I guess on these IJN ones, you have to choose. Who wants a fighter? Anyway, like fighter is probably the most useless consumable. Like it competes with defensive AA. It's hard to argue which one is more useful, really. But I mean, if these are supposed to have dual-purpose guns, you'd assume defensive AA would be more valuable. But then you have to give up hydro? For tier 9 to 10, the repair party consumable is available. Agano, tier 5. That looks very Furutaka-ish, doesn't it? Like, I mean, it is IJN, but it looks pretty cool. This is a very, very elevated turret, though. This is a very elevated turret. Yahagi? Very elevated turret, this one. Yahagi clone. Interesting. A small, fast, new generation light cruiser with powerful torpedo armament and moderate protection, designed to lead destroyers and submarine flotillas. Moderate protection on a tier 5 cruiser. Yeah. Surely. Japanese cruiser Gokase, tier 6. Interesting. Very similar in look. A development of the Agano class cruisers, well, makes sense then, with enhanced gunnery, a more powerful propulsion system and increased speed. But no comments on the armor either, so these are gonna be squishy as hell, I assume. Japanese cruiser Omono. Wait, that's triple gun turrets. These are starting to look kind of wonky now. Because Japanese cruisers generally, they look really nice. Like, Japanese cruisers are really sleek, nice looking ships, but these are starting to look like, this is starting to look pretty abomination. It's starting to look weird. A cruiser armed with 12 long-range 152 main guns with an extended reload time. The ship's anti-air systems have been strengthened by the use of effective 100mm dual-purpose mounts. A tier 7 ship with actual functional AA? Doubt. 100mm dual-purpose mounts is pretty good. Let me turn up actually the light a bit. I think it's a bit dark in here. There we go. Maybe a bit better. Shimanto. Oh, what the... These look comically oversized for the hull. These look comically oversized for the hull. Don't they? They look gigantic on this ship. Top heavy. Like, holy shit, this thing must be top heavy. I feel like if there was a big wave, this thing is just gonna tip over. Because, like, it's so top heavy. Jesus. Huge turrets. Looks out of scale, right? I can do a bit larger like this. It looks gigantic. A large cruiser with powerful artillery armament, which is based on 15 dual-purpose 150mm main battery guns. The low damage of their AP shells and their long reload speed are offset by the large number of main battery guns. Okay. Forward firing, you can only really fire 2, and close range you can only fire this thing, I think, because the bow rising up like this is gonna block a lot of the shots. Wonder how the torps are here though, so are they gonna be able to curve forward? You get 2 sets on both sides. Interesting. It's like a weird 155mm Mogami. To be fair, 155mm Mogami is so popular and so well liked that I'd be very surprised if they released a light cruiser line and there wasn't a 155 Mogami as the tier 8 or tier 9 or whatever. Japanese cruiser Takahashi. It's like kind of the same ship but flattened. Like they squeezed it together a bit. Sell me a premium 155mm Mogami, right? Now that would be a hot seller. Thank you, Algarino, by the way, for the 5 months. Takahashi. A light cruiser, which is a development of the previous project, but with enhanced anti-aircraft and torpedo armament. Yeah, it's not 100 and... This one is 150, this one is... Well, this thing is also going to be 150. The thing is, though, in the past, there was a very straight connection between your caliber and your penetration values. But then Wargaming started fiddling with that. And they started fiddling with it hard. Like, they just went... If you're German, you get quarter pen. Oh, if you're Royal Navy, you'll get quarter pen as well. Oh, if you're a specific caliber of a specific nation, like Japanese 100mm, then you'll get 30mm pen. Oh, and if you're American 152, then you'll get 30mm pen as well for some reason. Like they had consistency, and then they just threw it out the window. So these days you can't tell what pen it's gonna have based on caliber at all. A light cruiser, okay. Yoda. Well, this thing is going to be called Yoda. You know it's going to be called Yoda. There's no way anyone is actually going to call this Yoda. This is going to be the Yoda for sure. Like, you know it. It's going to be the Yoda. This one does look like it does have the IJN pagoda style. Like, very much the standard style. Like, if you look at... Let's look at Zhao. It does have it does have the look. You know that. the rising, the funnels and the rising superstructure with the flat, like it does look very, very similar-esque. It does have the same designs. The funnel looks kind of similar as well. It does have it. Looks like a Tagos superstructure. Actually, it does look like a Tagos, doesn't it? It almost looks like straight up a Tagos superstructure. Wait, let me look at this. Oh yeah, is it? It's almost identical, isn't it? Wait, let me take off the camo. Despite this camo looking fantastic, let me take it off. Okay, look at this. Look at the shapes. Kinda. It's a bit different. It's not a copy. It's a bit different. It does have different. Just very inspired by it. Very inspired by it for sure. A large light cruiser with a unique composition of main battery artillery. 18 dual-purpose 150mm guns located in 6 turrets. 18. That's the most guns of any ship in World of Warships. Smolensk is 16, Colombo is 16. 18. That's the highest number we have in the game, I'm pretty sure. Dual purpose. Is this thing gonna pump out 18 flak? Okay, Wargaming, I'm just telling you, if you sell me a ship that actually has AA, I'm interested. But I doubt you're gonna do it. Because the problem is, if you sell me a ship with AA, that means you're gonna develop a carrier that ignores AA even harder. So that's the problem. Like, they keep creating problems selling the solution, so... You know, like, they're gonna give... If it has 18 flak, it's gonna... I mean, this thing should have insane flak. Insane flak to make any sense. Tokachi. Okay. Tier 7. It looks like a tier 4. What the hell is this thing? A project to refit the Furutaka class cruiser by giving it rapid fire 127mm dual-purpose artillery with a high muzzle velocity placed in 6 twin gun turrets. 6 twin gun turrets, 12 guns. Okay. It looks like a tier 4. IJN Atlanta? Kinda. I mean, Atlanta is a fun design. It's a fun ship to play. No armor, lots of firepower. It looks like a fishing boat. It kind of does. I mean, Furutaka armor is pretty nuts. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Furutaka armor is cracked. Like, look at this deck armor. I often ask people, what do you think Furutaka's deck armor? And they're like, oh, well, it's like tier 5, so maybe it's 25 or something. Nah, 48mm plating. Bounces Yamato, no problem. So if it gets Furutaka armor, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, Furutaka armor is completely cracked for the tier. It's really insane. It's actually really insane. And 25mm means it bounces basically everything except 380s as well. So Furutaka is like super tanky for the tier. Super tanky. Doesn't Furutaka have a hidden plate as well? Yeah, Furutaka is cracked. The ship has a rather modest main battery gun caliber. Well, yes. However, in combat, the ship can rely on powerful long-range 610mm torpedoes. Their damage is less than that of the researchable cruiser Omono. However, this is compensated by a high travel speed and a shorter reload time. Torpedo reload booster is also available as a consumable for Tokachi. Are they trying to squeeze in that... what was that bullshit ship? What was the bullshit ship they're trying to squeeze... They tried to squeeze in, but they couldn't, because... Kitakami, right? Are they trying to, like, add in little Kitakami into the game or something? All Japanese cruisers, from the first 10-year class of 1919 and the last of the Yoda in 1943, were named after rivers. Okay, the only exceptions were the 3 Katori class, but they were designed as training ships and were named after Shinto shrines. Okay, so rivers, islands. Naming business? That's cool and all. Whoa! Holy hull size! What the fuck? German cruiser Admiral Schröd. Schrödinger's cruiser. When it's on your team, it doesn't exist. When it's on the enemy team, it's overpowered. Schrödinger's cruiser. Interesting. Wait, cruiser. Holy shit, that's a sizable cruiser. Jesus. That's a lot of hull. That's a lot of everything. Good lord. Good lord. The project of the ship is based on the idea from the late 1920s regarding the creation of a high-speed battlecruiser armed with 305 mm guns and relatively weak armor. What, O-class? Project O, or whatever they were called? The ship is well suited for combat at medium distances due to its decent survivability, not bad for a cruiser armor. Wait, the ship is well suited for combat at medium distance due to its decent survivability, not bad for a cruiser armor. Dude, can they just have someone who actually speaks the language proofread these fucking things? What the fuck does that... Not bad for a cruiser armor. As well as the large caliber of its main battery guns and high firing accuracy. But wait. So the project is based on the idea of a relatively weak armor, but in World of Warships it's gonna have not bad for a cruiser armor. Okay, interesting. That sounds like an upgrade. In the event of a close encounter with the enemy, powerful and accurate secondary guns with long range come into play. No way! Did they make Eger? Did they take my secondary Eger that I loved, repackage it into a Schröder, and try to squeeze it into the game? You remember secondary Eger? Is this the original Eger? The Eger that we loved? The actually fun Eger, not the shit version we got in the game now. Powerful, accurate secondary guns with long range. Dude, this is literally... They're double dipping on the Eger gameplay. Don't ruin this one again. The cruiser has good concealment and is able to quickly change flank and take the desired position thanks to an engine boost with improved characteristics. Uh-oh. Gimmick central. First World War ended in defeat for Germany, true, but its armed forces did not consider themselves defeated on the battlefield. This was especially true of the Navy, which held its own in battle with the British at Jutland in 1916 and scuttled its own ships at Scapa Flow in 1919. The new German ships of the early 1930s were named after the most famous admirals of the Kaiserliche Marine of the First World War, Admiral Scheer and Admiral Graf Spee of the Deutschland class, followed by the heavy cruiser Admiral Hipper. Most likely the German Navy would have continued these traditions with the legendary line of Flanders, Admiral Ludwig von Schröder, commander of the famous Marinekorps Flandern in 1914-1918, can be considered a worthy candidate for the name of the new heavy cruiser. I like this part. I like that they kind of give a reasoning for their naming conventions. You might not agree with it. I mean, you're welcome to disagree, but I like that they do go out of their way to give a bit of like background lore, like plausibility, so to say. I actually like that. I thought they meant gas from Schröder. Super carriers! Exactly what the game needed. Exactly what the game needed. More super carriers. Cause Eagle and USS Sus. Indeed. Salva Barbas. Thank you for the tier 258 man. I mean, the implementation of Eagle and USS Sus has been so fantastic, so well implemented that, my god, I'm glad that we get more of these ships. I am glad that we get more of these ships because Eagle and USS Sus have both, they've really been shining in their balancing factors. Like, what's USS Sus like averages? Let's see, let's look at USS Sus on the EU. Average damage for good players. Average damage, 278, 277, 246, 244, 230. This is the average damage. What's the top damage for the USS Sus right now? 528,000, that's the top damage. We've cracked 500,000. That's pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure RTS CVs capped out at like 400k. That was like the maximum we got from RTS carriers. Then the CV rework came out and now we've gone like 25-30% above our previous top number. So I'm glad to see more super carriers because I'm glad to see more super carriers because Wargaming has clearly nailed the implementation of this already well-balanced class by making it even more super. Well done, Wargaming, well done. Another fucking success story. Sekiryu is a further development of the Taiho class. Taiho. Wasn't that the thing that fucking blew up? Because they didn't know how to damage con properly? The one where they vented the fumes all across the ship and then the entire thing exploded. It literally exploded. Like, they had like a leak. They had leaks of gas, and they didn't know how to damage gun properly, so they ventilated the gas fumes all around the ship, and then it ignited and the entire fucking ship exploded. Didn't it blow up in the IJN carrier force? Something like that. It basically just exploded. Because in real life, carriers were, well, they carried a lot of fuel, a lot of ammo, and they were very vulnerable, unlike Wargaming's fantasy. So this one should be extra combustible, right, Wargaming? Extra vulnerable, surely, copium. In terms of size, hangar capacity, and the strength of its anti-air systems, it significantly exceeds its prototype. Well done, just what we needed. The project continues the tech tree branch after Hakuryu, having received a boost in the form of tactical jet squadron. Yes, because Hakuryu is such a weak ship. Like, Hakuryu is already one of the most overpowered carriers in the game. I mean, the only difference with Hakuryu and many of the other CVs is that if you're shit at CVs, you don't do much in the Hakuryu. You should be playing FDR and knock him off. But if you're good at carriers, a good Hakuryu player is an absolute fucking monster. And Wargaming really thought that, hey, you know what this game needs? Hakuryu version 2.0. Like, Hakuryu is one of those ships where the average potato, like if you look at like the average number, this is Hakuryu, average number. 49% win rate, 81k average damage. You see how low the average damage is compared to shit like FDR and knock him up? That's because in average hands, the Hakuryu is like, whatever. But then in good players' hands, well, PTA, 251,200, like, in good players' hands, 488, 455, 443. Like, in good hands, the ship is, well, hilariously fucking overpowered. So, I can't wait to see what happens when an actual good player fucking wields a Hakuryu with jet planes. That should be really well optimized. That should be really fucking well optimized. Their main feature is their high maximum speed, which allows them to quickly cover considerable distance, make swift raids on enemy ships. Standard Sekiryu squadrons are composed of attack aircraft, torpedo bombers, and bomber with armor-piercing bombs. That's the worst part about fighting a Haku is torpedoes do citadel damage, bombs do citadel damage, so you can't heal any of the damage either. The tactical squadrons consist of powerful torpedo bombers and attack aircraft with high explosive fragmentation missiles. The aircraft carrier has good deck armor, of course it does. Of course it does. So more torpedo bombers. So you can launch torpedo bombers, jet plane torpedo bombers, and then more torpedo bombers. That sounds like so much fun, man. I can't wait to fight this thing. Truly. Attack aircraft high explosive fragmentation missiles. Wait. That's not rockets. Missiles. Wait. High explosive fragmentation missiles. Not rockets. Translation error. Sure, bro. Someone at the department wrote what they actually think about this bullshit. Like fucking historical accuracy, fucking missile planes hunting down ships. Okay, bro. Someone fucking wrote what they really thought, and it accidentally made it into the DevBlog. I can't wait for my fucking World War I era battleship to be hunted by missiles. Truly, the thinking man's action game. Yeah, so here's the yada. Following this line, we turn to Japanese mythology, where the red dragon Sekiryu was discovered, born from the sun and a volcano, and therefore capable of breathing fire. Yep, well, I mean, we already call CVs gods in this game because they are so above everything else. So, I mean, red dragon, born from the sun and a volcano. That roughly sounds like equivalent to the power level of a carrier in World of Warships, so yep, thank you. To be fair, it is considered to scare away the forces of evil. I mean, this thing is the fucking force of evil. Represents justice? No. CVs and justice, they have nothing to do with each other. This is a fucking force of evil. Oh my god, it gets better, man. It gets Just gets better, man. Bro, I can't wait for my fucking honeymoon. I can't wait for my honeymoon. What is it? 1.5 weeks and I'm dipping out for 2 weeks. I don't mind at all. Mega Kremlin. I mean, Soviet super battleship Admiral Ushakov. Oh boy. A large ship with a total displacement of over 100,000 tons. Like, imagine the fantasy world you live in, where you consider the Soviets being able to build anything resembling this. Like, they had trouble making one steel plate. They had trouble making one steel plate this thick. Because their steel was so shit, their production was so shit, their industry was so shit. Like, they literally couldn't make a basic fucking steel plate of this thickness. And then they're building a 100,000 ton super battleship. Oh yeah, Jesus. One of the variants of a post-war battleship, Project 24, with 9 457mm guns making up its main battery. It follows Kremlin in the tech tree, having received the main features of its predecessor. A large stock of health points and powerful armor. Oh shit, it's got the Kremlin plating. You see that? You can see it here, you see that? The angled plate, you can see it. That's the Kremlin bullshit armor. That's the Kremlin bullshit armor. That is like Kremlin. That's the reason why Kremlin is impossible to Citadel, and that's why Slava is so hard to Citadel as well. It's got that magic, baby. When people are like, why can I not Citadel a Kremlin when he's fucking flat broadside? The reason why you can't do that is because it has this. You see when you look close, you see how the plate is angled like this. So when a shell comes in, already dipping down like this thing is like angled so effectively that the actual effective thickness of this plating that is already 430 becomes like 700 millimeters. So that's why you shatter. If you compare it to something like a Yamato, you can see Yamato's plating is much more flat. Much more flat. And if you compare it to something like a Royal Navy, especially, it's entirely flat, which makes it much easier to punch through it. So the effective angle is what gives it its magical power. So the Super Kremlin having super armor and already having that angle that makes it so god tier, this thing is gonna be... The ship has good accuracy at close range and a large number of secondary guns. And after the main artillery is successfully zeroed in, combat instructions are activated, an alternative firing mode that provides a temporary boost in battle. When combat instructions are activated, the Admiral Ushakov receives a plus 10% bonus to main battery range and a 30% reduction in the maximum dispersion of main battery shells. It becomes a Slava? It becomes a super Slava when you land shells. Holy shit. What the fuck? Holy shit. It becomes an overmatching super Slava. Holy fuck. They literally took Slava and Kremlin and combined them. Holy shit. Holy shit. 30% reduction though. Deadeye was considered hilariously overpowered and Deadeye was 10%. Deadeye was fucking so broken they had to hotfix it out of the game. And that was 10%. This is 30%. Holy shit. Holy shit, this thing is gonna be... Satsuma's special button is 35, yeah, and that thing is hilariously accurate. It's like Satsuma's F key, except with a range bonus and on a hull that can shit on people in brawling. And you can slap Kuznetsov on this thing. Oh man, you can slap Kuznetsov on this thing. Sheesh. Bro. Bro. Holy shit. Step aside, Slava challenge. Ushakov challenge has arrived. Okay, let's see. Ship parameters. Agano, these are the low tiers. We're not that interested. Actually, I do want to look at the AA real fast. Absolute dog shit. Good to know. Gokase, 152mm guns, 14.6. 25mm pen on these. That's pretty good for tier 6. 12 km torps. 12 km torps. 60 knot speed. That's actually not bad. Wait, 12 km, 17k torps. 4 per side. These are not bad for tier 6. What the hell? This is gonna one-shot DDs. This is gonna crush cruisers. Interesting. AA, still shit. Wait, when was it they started to get dual purpose? It was here, 100, tier 7. Okay. Omono. Yeah, what is this? Wait. Surface detect 9.5. 9.5. So 8.6 conceal. That's pretty insane. And it does 37.5 knots. It's literally gonna be a speedy little destroyer. Are you kidding me? It's literally more of a destroyer than it is a cruiser. Hard hitting guns, insane conceal, 7.9 rudder, speedy as hell, and it's got hydro. They're literally chunky destroyers. Interesting. The guns are shit though. 4x 252. What's the reload on this? It's 9-second reload. Holy shit, that is dog. For 852s? Yikes. That is really dog. Also, 30-second turret reverse. Oh, oof. Thank you, Dutchman. And thank you, Nikag. Man, the DPM, the gun performance is oof. Okay, let's check the tier 7. 32.2k health. 4x3. Yo, what is this range? 17.6k range on a tier 7 cruiser? What the fuck? That's insane. 31mm pen. That's actually really good for tier 7. You smash all battleships. They're 26 at tier 7. And you smash higher tier cruisers as well. Reload 12.5. Turret reverse is terrible. But you got 12 guns. So big 12 volleys every 12.5. It literally has better range than Zhao, doesn't it? It does. Zhao is like 16.2. So the light tier 7 cruiser outranges Zhao. Hella fast initial shell velocity as well. 925, sorry. Oh, and it gets the maximum torp damage. 13 km torps. Very slow. Don't reload too hot. Huh. Okay, what's the dual purpose AA like? 4 flak? 4 flak. Okay. Not dual purpose gun. They literally said it has dual purpose guns. These are the dual purpose, the 4x200. So the 8 guns apparently are firing half at a time. Speed 33, good turning circle, decent rudder. Surface 11.9, so roughly 10.7. It's pretty decent. It's a tier 7. DP main guns? No. It literally said tier 7. Omono. The ship's anti-air system have been strengthened by the use of effective 100mm dual-purpose mounts. Are you fucking blind? This is the tier 7. $100mm dual-purpose mounts. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I've said. At no point have I talked about the 155s. It's you guys that are fucking dented and aren't listening and can't read and, you know, the usual chat things. Why do you think I said 4x200? These things here. Because these are the ones that are dual purpose. Chat, please. Holy dented. Chat, please. Chat is in DevBlog mode. Good lord. 155 up top. Yes, I know. That's the main guns. But those are not dual purpose. Still. Looks pretty interesting. Shimanto. Wait, what? Wait, this is the light cruiser line, though. This is the light cruiser line. No. Wait, what? $44.9. And the light cruiser is 44.5. So, okay. 5x3, 150mm guns, 15 guns. Firing range 18.7. That's 2.5. Isn't it 2.5k more? This is with legendary mod. Even with legendary mod, it still has more range. This is literally legendary mod giving it 8% range. I think it's 16.2 base. Even with legendary mod, the light tier 8 cruiser outranges it by 1.2 kilometers. Holy power creep. Jesus. They're not even pretending like Zhao is relevant anymore. Are you kidding me? Okay, 25mm pen, 11% fire chance. Looks pretty nice, honestly. 930mm shell velocity. Sorry, 930 meter shell velocity. 14-second reload. That's pretty long, sure, but it's 15 gun volleys. HE pin went down. From on 155s it was 31, on the 150s it's 25. Like, this is what I mean. There's no more consistency in this. It's just weird. 180-degree turn time, 6 seconds. These turrets are destroyer turrets. That's insane. Okay. 4x3, so 6 Shimatorps per side. 6 Shimatorps per side with 15 km range. 57 knots. Wait, 1.7 torpedo detect. This is Shimakaze's 12 km torpedo detect, but they get 15 km range. They're slower though, but still. These are gonna be pretty rolling this. Like, if this thing rushes you, you better hope you kill it fast, because there's so much torpedo alpha coming your way. Like, holy shit. Interesting. 162 meter dispersion at 18 kilometers. 162. What does that equal? It's not like 203mm super dispersion. It's not as good. It's not as good. But I think it's gonna be pretty good. Yeah, it's gonna be roughly Nevsky dispersion. Actually, a bit worse. Okay, to be fair, wait. We're running. Yeah, it's gonna be about it's Nevsky dispersion roughly. So basically standard cruiser dispersion then. The difference is, unlike Nevsky dispersion feels wonky because you only got 8 guns in dual turrets, but this thing is gonna have so many guns. Okay. Interesting. Okay, AA defense. These are dual purpose. Wait, what? These are dual. How can it be 4 flak? These were... Didn't they say? Wait, what? With powerful artillery armament, which is based on 15 dual-purpose 150mm main battery guns. 15 dual-purpose 150mm main battery... How the fuck does 150mm dual-purpose guns, 15 of them... What the fuck? How does that produce 4 flak? Because you got 4x200mm here. On the previous tier, on the tier 7, the 4x2 dual purposes produced 4 flak. And on this thing, where you add 1,550mm dual purpose guns, somehow it doesn't add any flak at all to the AA. What? Wait, what, like... Nevsky has 9 flak. Like, Nevsky has... Chat, Nevsky has 9 flak. With 8 guns. But like... Dude, this makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense again. It makes no sense again. Speed goes down. Turning circle goes up. Rudder shift pretty poor. Surface detect 11.1 though. Alright, let's see. We got concealment expert and concealment module. 9 came conceal. 9 came conceal on this thing. So we got like a super range Mogami with better health and really nasty torps with 9 km conceal with insane territories. And it's got 6.9 km AA range, which is at least much better than Mogami's shitty range. The reload is brutal, yes, the reload is brutal. 14 seconds. What does Mogami sit at? The only real Mogami, the 155mm Mogami. 10-second reload. 2.6k alpha. 10-second reload, 2.6k alpha. So you lose 4 seconds reload and 100 alpha. In return you get a shit ton of range, more health, and torpedoes. AA. That's a fair bit of. And pen. Oh yeah, you do lose the pen. I don't know. I think the DPM nerf is too brutal. It's gonna be like more than 40% DPM lost. 45. You get more effective DPM thanks to the range, but I don't think it'll be worth it. Ballistics remains to be seen. Takahashi, 49.5k health. Okay. I mean, I guess we're just pretending Zao doesn't exist anymore at this point. Main battery 5x3. Same range, same guns, same DPM, same pen, same fire chance, same reload. What? 4x4. Same torps. Same 4 flak for some fucking reason I don't understand. 6.9 km AA range, but the continuous numbers are dreadful. The flak damage is pretty dreadful. Honestly, everything about this AA is really underwhelming. AA line? Where's the AA? 197 continuous long range, 112 continuous mid range. I'm sorry, what? This doesn't do anything. This shit is gonna face tier 10 planes and super CVs, and this thing is literally not gonna do anything. Is this a joke? What are these numbers? Are these even real? Like, what the fuck is this? This is dog shit. Like, absolute dog shit AA. I know I shouldn't have expected anything from AA, but this is tragic. Where's the anti-air? Wasn't that what they talked about this entire time? The AA? Where the fuck is the AA? Only the 100mm mounts shoot flak? Yeah, I noticed. And apparently only half of them are shooting, because these have 8 fucking mounts and they're shooting 1 flak each. Like, where the fuck is the anti-air? Good continuous? No, the continuous is shit. 197 continuous? Are you kidding me? I don't think people understand how shit 197 continuous is. It's fucking dog shit. Like, it's actually dreadfully bad. Like, let's see, someone like Montana that gets its ass reamed by CVs day in, day out, has continuous values of 508 on the mid-range. 508. It has 508 on the mid-range and 175 on the long range. And for anyone who's actually played the Montana, you know for a fact that it can't defend itself against anything resembling AA. So this thing having 20 more long range and a fifth of Montana's mid-range AA, you expect this thing to shoot down planes? What? No, it's not gonna do anything. If it has continuous this shit, then it needs to have a lot of flak, but it doesn't have a lot of flak either. Like, the Soviet cruisers objectively have much better AA than this thing has. Much better AA. This is tragic. Mega tragic. Concealment, once again, pretty good. Terrible rudder, terrible turning circle for a light cruiser again, by the way. Pretty awful rudder shift as well. Like, honestly, these things handle very poorly. They're not that fast. And the AA is shit. I feel like carriers are actually gonna love dropping these things. Why wouldn't they? It can't defend itself and it can't turn. And if it's a squishy light cruiser, if it gives broadside, it gets div struck by the team. It's like a free target for a carrier. And the defensive AA isn't even on a separate slot. You have to trade Hydro for it. And who the fuck wants to trade Hydro for defensive? Because you gotta remember, the worst part about defensive AA is that it's a scaling consumable. Which means that it buffs your already existing values by 50%. It buffs your flak damage, but you only have 4 flaks, so why would you run out? And it buffs your continuous by 50%. So, I mean, buffing 197 by 50% makes it 300. That's 300 AA. The fuck are you gonna do with 300 AA? Nothing. You're actually not gonna do anything. What? Like, what the fuck are you? It doesn't do anything. Like, just because it's better AA than Ibuka doesn't mean that it's good AA. It's dog shit values. This is an entire line of AA cruisers that have no AA. What? Fighter. Oh my god. Why couldn't these be in separate slots? Holy shit. Yodo. 55.3k. Okay. So, object more than 10k more health than the Za. 663. Interesting. So now we have 18 guns, 18 camera range, same alpha, 14-second reload. That doesn't actually sound like that much DPM to me. The reload sounds so absurd. Doesn't actually sound like that much DPM. Because the reload is so absurdly long. And the DPM isn't that, the alpha isn't that high. And the pin is still only 25. Torps 50, same torps, still same torps. But at this tier you're fighting a lot of Hydro ships. At tier 10 there's so much Hydro everywhere. I mean, the 25mm pen is kind of extra brutal here. Because you gotta remember, you can't even IFHE 25 into useful. Like, look, the modifier for IFHE is 25%. So the problem is, you can't get past the 32mm threshold. So you can't even IFHE 25 into anything useful. The 150 is like brutally bad if it doesn't come with any built-in special bonuses. So this is actually pretty awful. What does it have? 180k DPM? That's really bad when you consider that it doesn't have any pen and the fire chance isn't even that special. Huh. Secondary armament. Still, no way does this thing have... How is this AA so shit? What the fuck? This is supposed to be the AA line? I love how obvious it is that Wargaming is fucking terrified of the idea of adding ships that can actually defend themselves against carriers. Is this a joke? 4 flak. 4 flak. Is that a fucking joke? Yo, I'm just saying. Petropavlovsk. Petropavlovsk has 8 flak. Petropavlovsk has twice the flak count of the new tier 10 IJN light cruiser. Twice the flag. Like, what the fuck? Is that like worse than Italian AA? No way. I mean, Italian AA has no range, but it might actually have more flak than them. Let's see, where do we have? Where's Colombo? Colombo has, how much flak does Colombo have? Colombo has 8 flak as well. I mean, okay, it has a range at least, but 4 flak, 18 dual purpose guns, 4 flak. Like, the level of coddling wargaming does for carriers has gotten completely fucking ridiculous. It's gotten completely fucking ridiculous. You can't release an entire line of dual-purpose AA light cruisers and then give them this dog shit as... Like, they should be a 1 in front of here. This should read 14 for it to be taken somewhat seriously. What the fuck? And how can the continuous DPS be so shit? 204? Like, this isn't even good compared to already existing light cruisers. Like what? Minotaur? Well, Minotaur has what? 6 flak, 6.9 cam range. But Minotaur also has, like, look at the continuous numbers. Look, the continuous damage is 533 on the mid-range. And 140 on the long range. Like, it kind of objectively loses to this thing. And the fact that it literally has, like, 4 flak. This thing has 50% more flak. And that's just Minotaur. Like, already existing light cruisers are shitting on this thing. Worcester? Worcester has what? 6 flak as well? And the continuous damage, 456. Like, where's the mid-range continuous damage on this IJN cruiser? Where's the mid-range? Where's the long range? It has neither. I don't understand. How can it have so much dual-purpose firepower and just somehow lose all that firepower on the way? Where the fuck did it go? Like, this long range number is the only thing it has going for it, and it's tragic. You buff this by 50% and you have 300 long range DPS. Yay! That's gonna do a whole lot to fucking planes that are stacking what, 3,000-4,000 health each. This is tragic. Like, what? I want to look at. Wait, I want to look at the description again. Large composition. 18 dual-purpose guns. Dual-purpose guns. What was the point of these? I don't understand. I don't. What the fuck is the point? Why do they highlight them being dual-purpose when the dual-purpose guns clearly don't work dual-purpose? Like, what's the point of the dual-purpose? Doesn't appear to do anything. You can't just say it's dual-purpose and then leave it at that. Like, that has to mean something. There needs to be a second purpose. What the fuck? How can 18 dual-purpose gun contribute 0 to the AA? It doesn't make any sense. 34 knots, turning circle, 930 meter turning circle. What? That's giga awful. That's giga awful. 12.1 second rudder, that's also giga awful. 12.4 conceal, that's pretty good. I mean, where do we see it? 12.4. 10. That's fine. Fine, I don't think it's actually particularly good, it's fine. But like... This is so clunky. And it, once again, Hydro or defensive and the fighter. It has, like... I'm trying to figure out what ship would I replace to bring this thing, or why would I bring this thing? 10 Game Conceal is decent, but it's really not that special. It doesn't have radar. It doesn't actually bring any AA. It doesn't have the agility of a Worcester or Minotaur or Jinan or something, because it handles like a heavy cruiser. It handles like a clumsy heavy cruiser. It's not particularly fast. It doesn't actually have a speed boost at all. It doesn't actually do much damage at all. It doesn't have any pin. What the fuck does this line do? It gets overmatched by everything because it's got 25mm plating. The torpedoes? Is that supposed to be the selling point? 4x4. 4x4 torps that do 57 knots. And considering they're spotted from 1.7, which is really far away, and the fact that hydro exists basically everywhere. Is that it? If you want a torp, why not play Jinan? Jinan does a shit ton of damage, has smoke, deep water torps, torpedo reload booster. Like, Jinan probably has better AA as well, and better DPM. Like, what? Like... I don't understand. Everything about these numbers seem awful. And he has a fighter. Like, you're forced to run a fighter. Like, what? Look, if it had a smoke or something, I could see use in fighter, because you can see outside the smoke with the fighter, like Napoli does. But it doesn't have smoke or anything either. And considering the shell velocity, I would look at its 100 meters per second. Wait, no, it's, what was it, 900 and, where is it, 930? I wonder how well you're going to be able to arc over islands. Because it's not going to be like Colbert. It's not going to be like Colbert or Worcester, where you easily over islands. Because they're going to be very fast to begin with, and then they're going to fall off. Emotional support fighter. Jinan has 8 flak and 200 DPS on long range and 403 on mid range. So Jinan literally has better AA than this thing has. I don't understand. I actually don't understand, Joe. How much DPM did you guys say this thing had? How much DPM did you say this thing had? $192. 192k DPM. So you're sitting here. Well, you're actually losing to Nevsky. You're sitting here next to Hindenburg. But Hindenburg has pen and tankiness and just effectiveness at all ranges, and it can brawl as well. Or you can just play Nevsky and get good radar. You can play these, like, and it's so clumsy and so huge and overmatchable. It might actually be worse than the Zao, because it does. You can actually use AP in the Zao. This thing can't even use AP because the AP is so shit. They said the AP was extra bad. I don't understand the purpose of the ship. I don't understand why I would ever want to play this. It doesn't even seem particularly fun to play because, like, it's slow and clumsy and big and vulnerable. What's fun about playing this thing? Very, very strange ship. Very strange ship. And if you don't run IFHE, like, Tier 10 cruiser is literally gonna shatter your HE. Because they got 30mm or 27mm plating, so they're gonna shatter your HE. What the hell? Tokachi, okay. 662, oh, this was the weird one with the Atlanta? 13.6k range, sounds Atlanta. 21mm pen, no pen at all. 7-second reload on 12 guns. At that tier, it might be okay. It might be actually some serious DPM. Torpedoes, 2x3. 12k torps, 60 knots. Man, hard hitting torps. 12k range as well. Only 70-second reload on the torps as well. Interesting. And better torpedo detect for some reason. Interesting. AA. 3 free flag, so it's shit. Just like Atlantis is these days. Oh, it's not gonna defend against anything. It seems to be a thing now. You're not allowed to defend yourself. Surface detect is pretty brutal, 11.8. That's not very good for a super light. But very good smoke farm penalty. Which means you can park in smokes and farm if you have DDs. It does get the torpedo reload booster, so potential YOLO power here. Forced to run the useless fighter. German cruiser Admiral Schröd, tier 9. 59.3k health, 27mm plating, 60-second fires, so battleship fires. 4x2 305, 4x2, okay. 18.4, pretty good range. Anemic German HE Alpha. Anemic German HE fire chance. AP can be pretty good. 18-second reload though, for 4 guns. It's gonna be like the old Aegir all over again, I think, where all the firepower lies in the secondaries. 180 degree, slow. Seems decently accurate though. Okay, secondary armament, 3x3, 8k in base range. 10x 220. What is the pen on this? What is the pen on this? Is it German pen? It's gonna be German pen. 32, I think, if it's German pen. It's yeah, it's gonna be. So wait, how much range do you get on this from 8km? How much can you build on cruiser's secondary range? How much can you build on cruisers, actually? There's no AFT anymore. On old Aegir, you could build AFT. AFT doesn't exist. There's actually no way to build Captain Perk range. Is there? So the only thing you can actually build is... Wait, you can build... Can you build... No. Can't build secondary here. This is the only thing... Is this the only thing you can? No, this is just reload. Wait, why can't I build... Oh, here it is. You couldn't slot it on light cruisers. You can get 20% range. So you get 1.6 km extra range. So you'll and then you put flag on. So you end what? You end at what? About 10 km ish. You end up at about 10 km ish. Booster doesn't have secondaries. Really? I didn't even know that. That's pretty funny. So you end up about 10 km secondary range. They don't give reload. They're not giving any values here. They're not giving reload value. And they're not really giving pen, but I think pen is going to be quite good because it's German. They're not showing us the reload though. Still, 10 km secondary range. If it's anything like the old Aegir, oh man, I had fun with that thing. Like old Aegir. I faced Euro in an Alaska division with my old Aegir, and I killed them both just memeing around with the secondaries. So if the gameplay is anything like that, then holy shit. If it's anything like that, then holy shit, I am hyped. Like this, I think this was the video that got the Aegir nerfed, actually. This one. One German meme boy versus Euro Alaska division, this one. Yeah. This one was, I think we just ran around, we were just like, you literally like you reversed into the, you literally reversed towards the enemy. And your secondaries started farming them. That's like all you did with the ship. If someone tried to rush you, you just kite it away. You couldn't really use your guns, like literally reversing towards them, and your secondaries would kill them. This was old Aegir. If the new Aegir is anything like the old Aegir, which was absolutely fucking hilarious, then I'm gonna be very, very hyped. If it's anything like the old one, let's see, where's, like, look at the secondary damage. 101k plus 50k fires, that was just secondaries. Main guns, 47. Like... If it's anything like the old Aegir, that thing was hilarious. That thing was absolutely hilarious. But we'll see how it plays. We'll see how it plays. They kind of took the whole secondary gimmick and they made it into Schlieffen, but I guess now they're running back to the cruisers again, so they're returning to it. If it's good, can you please just be quiet? I'm not a CC anymore. I can't play it in testing. So I can't get it nerfed this time, Paul. 6 flak, better than the IJN light cruisers, by the way. 50% more than IJN new top AA light cruiser, just so you're aware. 75% of the long range, better mid range. This is like almost 50% better mid range as well. Pretty good, by the way. Maximum speed 32.5. Better rudder shift by 90 meters than the new IJN light cruiser. This one is a heavy, mega battle cruiser, but turns better. Almost the same rudder shift. Surface detect 12.6. That's pretty good. What the fuck? Wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 12.6? 12.6. 12.6. Yo! It's Schlieffen moment. If you spot this thing, the secondary starts shooting. It's a Schlieffen moment. Holy shit. Okay. So this thing we're gonna build full secondaries for sure. It's a Schlieffen moment for sure. Interesting. Detectability after firing main guns in smoke, 9.9. How the fuck does that work? I never understood, like, how they fucking calculate this shit, but... Okay. Venezia has 9.9, but Venezia has 203mm guns. This one has 9.9, but this thing has fucking 305mm guns. Makes zero sense, but... whatever. Damage control, Hydro. Okay, so 6 km Hydro. Okay, so it gets cruiser Hydro, that's good. Engine boost, 15% engine boost? 15? What the fuck? Yo! The fuck is this thing? We put speed flag, and then we put this thing. Yo! Holy shit. Holy shit, 39 knots. 39 knots with 10 km detect. Comes charging at you. Daka 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 daka. God damn. Schnell, schnell, schnell. Interesting. And repair party. Sekiryu, 71.3 health. Okay. 90mm plating, that's literally just the extremities. You're never gonna be able to hit those, because you're gonna hit the armor deck, of course. Oh, this is where the flak went, apparently. See, you can get double-digit flak as long as you play the correct class. Just so you know, if you want the double-digit flak, this is the class you have to play. This is what actually good AA looks like. You see this mid-range? 522. The IJN one had 200. Long range, 322. The IJN one had 200. Also note that this is 100% accuracy, whereas the cruiser had like 90% accuracy. So it's the effective damage is even lower. And of course, 12 fucking flak. Literally triple the amount of an AA cruiser. So now you fucking know. You can't have a carrier being dropped by a carrier. Wargaming hates that. The one thing Wargaming hates the most is when a carrier is able to sink another carrier. So they literally have to protect their own carriers against their own class. So they give it this kind of horseshit. This fucking baffling. Fucking baffling. Just so you know. 14x2 against 4x2? Yeah, but more importantly, what happened to the 150mm 18 dual-purpose gun? Missing in action, man. Missing in action. You have to multiply by 1.2, not 0.5, 0.15. No, I'm pretty sure it's additive, the way Wargaming calculates it. I'm pretty sure I did it correctly. .35 knots of speed, massive turning circle, terrible rudder shift, surface deck 15.5. I mean, obviously it won't matter much because you're not going to be able to do it. You did it correct? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. And yeah, damage control, fighter, classic. Oh boy, here we go. 165 knots, do I even want to know? Attack aircraft. Rockets and payload 6, maximum rocket damage, armor pen 30, of course it is. 14%, pay F for specs. With rockets and payload 6. So what, 18 rockets per strike? 18 rockets per strike. What is this? This is the torps. Oh, this is scary. Is it dropping double torps? Yeah, it's 2 torps. 933. Wait, is that faster than Hakuryu? Or sorry, more damage than Hakuryu. Oh, sorry, missiles. Yeah, sorry, missiles. How much does Haku torps do? Isn't this more than Haku? Or is it the same? Is the speed also copy pasta? Man, these things are so... Are they really 50 knots? Man, those fuckers are fast. Jesus. Hakuryu is already such a super fucking carrier. Jesus Christ. Dive bombers, AP, 3 AP bombs, 6-8, sounds about right. Oh, here we go, tactical squadrons. 173 knots, 3 attack of flight 3, rockets in payload 8, 24 rockets, 3150. Oh Jesus. So you're gonna have this horseshit where he drops you with these fucking torpedo bombers or the AP bombers, and then he breaks your engine or causes a flood, and then you damage con, and then he presses the button, and then these rocket planes come charging in, and they launch fucking 24 rockets with 14% fire chance, and you're guaranteed set on fire every fucking time. That's so much fun to play against. Just manage your DCP, lamau. Very fun. Torpedo bombers 226, cruising speed 148, 2 of them. Torpedoes and payload. Wait, just 2 instant Haku torps. Isn't this the same fucking exact same thing? How unimaginative is this? It's just 2. They're not even that much faster. The one thing I really hate the most about these fucking supercarriers is that it makes the whole idea of shooting down planes even less rewarding. Like, it's already really unrewarding when you shoot down planes from a normal carrier because you know the planes regenerate. But shooting down these things is the least fucking satisfying thing in the world because these are literally consumables and they recharge. So it's completely irrelevant to the carrier if they get shot down. As long as they get their strike off, it's whatever. They're fire and forget. Don't give a shit. And it doesn't affect his reload time of the squadron in any way. It doesn't affect his gameplay in any way. You're literally shooting at his consumables and he's killing you with it. It's like the whole design is this doesn't seem as nuts as the USS Sus though. It seems like very similar to the current Haku, besides being much tankier. I mean, obviously in good hands it's still gonna shit on people easily. Ushakov 135,000. 135,000 damage. Oh, sorry, 135,000 health. Wait. So, Kuznetsov will proc on this thing if you have 13.5k health. How much did Kuznetsov heal? Where's my Kuznetsov? Here. He heals H 0.25%. 0.25%. So he heals for a total and times 30. Wait, let's see. 25x 30. 7.5% of his health pool. Jesus. So he's gonna heal on what, 10k? He's gonna heal about 10k health. Just for having the captain. And he's gonna be immune to fires during that time. Jesus. 3x3, firing range 21.3, HE 6.5. What is this? 45% fire chance? That's okay. Okay, if you're shooting IJN Kremlin, you're sus, but still, that's a lot of fucking fire chance. 14.5, AP Alpha, reload 33, faster traverse, of course, Sigma 1.8. Maximum dispersion minus 30, firing range 10, duration 25 seconds. But 25 seconds, you can get it off twice then. Can you? I don't know. Max AR? I don't think you can actually. I think it's set so it's impossible to get it off twice. It's gonna be once. It's gonna be one volley. It needs to be arms race if you want it more than once. No. Well, even 20% from AR isn't gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. You get it down to what, 26 point something, it's not gonna be enough. So you can never get 2 shots off. It's 1 shot with pinpoint accuracy. Required shots number 9. Required shots number 9. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Required shots number 9. 1 full salvo? What? Three salvos? Is it like one turret counts as a shot? Is that what they're trying to say? This counts turrets. Yeah, that's what they're trying to say. So you need to shoot 3 turrets 3 times. Okay, so 9. Yeah, three full volleys, basically. 3 broadsides. And then the 4th broadside gets the super accuracy. Secondary. AA. Whoa, look at this! Imagine playing an IJN light cruiser and expecting to have AA. No, no, no. AA only allowed on the fucking super ships. Holy shit. 466, 340, 12 flak. Ding, 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 ding. The Soviet spatial, baby. That's where the AA went. Holy shit. 12 fucking flak on a battleship? Good lord. The accuracy is gonna be dog shit, 75%, but look at the alpha and the sheer amount of flak you're gonna be throwing up. You're gonna fucking accidentally shoot down planes with this thing because you're throwing out so much flak. God damn. Maybe they'll have more HP. Oh yeah, Kremlin AA was really squishy, wasn't it? God damn. Maximum speed 30. Holy turning circle. Holy turning circle. Rudder shift. Ho ho! You look at this and you go, wow, that is an absolute dog shit rudder shift. Holy fuck, that is an awful rudder shift. That is the worst rudder shift I've ever seen. Only a massive Soviet steel behemoth super ship could ever have a rudder shift that looks so fucking shit as 21.6 knots. That is unimaginably bad. No one else in the world would ever have a rudder shift that is so fucking... Oh. Interesting. Montana moment. Montana moment. Detectability after firing main guns in smoke, 90.6. Okay, surface detect 17.8. Wait, what kind of surface detect does it actually get? Whoops. Whoops, 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 whoops. 17.8. 14.4. Nah, not that bad. 14.4 isn't that bad. Jesus. Who needs rudder shift when you can't even sit at all? Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna sit there and not die. Look at that. That's where all the AA is. That's where the 12 flak comes from. Jesus. That's a lot of fucking dakka. It's quad turrets everywhere. Quad turrets all over the place. Interesting. Okay, can you... Jesus Christ. Calm the fuck down. Holy shit. Okay, that was the second DevBlog. What's the second DevBlog? Changes to test chips. Okay, it's not that one. It's the new ones. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Changes to test chip. Álvaro de Bazán? They're finally bringing the reload time. Like, this thing... Didn't they start with something like 9 or 10 second reload on this thing? It's like, who even thought that a 10-second reload on this thing would be fucking feasible? Who even fucking thought? I think they started at 10. Like, even the most basic potato could have told you, like, hello, you just made a gunboat that can't gunboat. What are you thinking? Now they reduced it to 6.6. Dalarna. Main battery reload reduced. Wait, so it was 2, and they went to 3, and now they're going back to 2.8. Didn't they buff the torps in between at some point as well? Watch this number end at 2.5, or alternatively they finally give it the HE alpha buff, but I think it might go to 2.5. Gonna end at 2.5. That's kind of what we called like ages ago. Velos nerfed. It seemed pretty cracked, to be fair. No, wait, they nerfed the conceal as well? Wait, they nerfed with the gunpowder and the conceal. What's the gimmick of it then? What made it stand out was that it was stealthy and it had firepower. So nerfing one makes sense, because it might have been too strong, but they nerfed both? They nerfed both? Now it's a Greek Fletcher without anything special. Yeah, I don't remember what other gimmicks it had. I don't remember what else it could do, but seems a bit sus. It's still better than both DPM and Concealed than Fletcher. Well, if that's gonna be enough to sell it, I'm not sure. Fletcher was a really great ship years ago. Now it's just a good ship. Don't get me wrong, Fletcher isn't bad. Fletcher is a good ship, but the power creep hasn't been nice to that thing. It can mount Jersey? I guess. Vallejo. What was it? Vallejo. 5.5 second reload. Hampshire. Range increase. Okay. Interesting. 1 torp with 60 second reload. Yeah, I've seen your pick at Albert. I don't know what I'm supposed to be watching there. Did you notice that IJN seals are gonna have curving torps? Yes, they're gonna have good torpedo angles. I know. That's supposed to be like the big selling point for them. But is that enough? Because they don't seem to be able to do much else. I feel like they're gonna have to tweak those ships heavily in order to make them in any way attractive. Because right now I look at them and I'm like, I would rather play Zhao. And I don't rather play Zhao in many like occasions. So the fact that they make me prefer the Zhao is an interesting choice. They're AA ships. Look, they're AA ships without AA. They're light cruisers without damage. They're stealthy ships that don't handle well. It's like they're like these opposites of things that are fun to play, but they screw it up. They're like light cruiser, yay, but it's huge. Aww. But it's got a lot of guns, yay, but it does no damage. Aww. But it's got a lot of dual purpose guns, yay, but it does no AA. Yeah. Like fucking, what am I supposed to get excited about with these ships, man? It has a lot of health, but it's gonna be IJN 25mm plating with a gigantic citadel, most likely. Like, I don't understand what's supposed to be good about it.